really needed that call, you know, after everything.
Yeah, I get that. You talked a bit much for my taste, but it is inspiring to hear somebody come back from the brink like that.
Ah, que nada, o cara falou bem, o cara falou bem. Não falou muito não, falou legal.
Thinking about Max on skates, weren't you?
Well, would you look at that? Another caller on the line. What are the odds? Better take it.
Welcome back to 189.16, The Scream. This is Forrest Nash. How are you tonight, caller?
I'm doing okay.
Estou bem. Ah, Carrie.
Carrie!
Hey, I just wanted to thank you for doing what you could earlier. You know, even though not everybody made it, and I don't know.
Hey, it's okay. You were so brave earlier. You're safe now.
I wanted to ask you why he didn't. Why am I?
Não se pergunte isso, Carrie.
Why did he spare me? After what he did, why let me go?
Ele te viu como vítima do sacrifício.
Maybe he didn't kill you because he saw you as a victim.
Maybe. But why would that stop him from killing me too? After everything he did to...
These stupid hazing nights have to stop. Carrie, you did so well tonight. Stay safe and rest. Help is coming to Gallows Creek. We just need to hold on.
Thanks, Peggy. Hey, Forrest? Could I request
Claro, pode pedir.
Carrie. What song?
any song by Blast Processor? And
Essa aqui mesmo, né?
thank you.
This next one goes out to Carrie.
You know, what Carrie just said has really got me thinking.
About what?
The whistling man left her alone. Why? There must be a reason.
When it comes to
Será que é por causa das mulheres?
killers, I don't think a reason is a key part of their process.
Well, it's something to consider. I need to take a break. If you want to stretch your legs, now's the time. Just hit the Peggy button when you want to get back on air.
Tá, o que eu tenho que falar? Ah. Isso aqui.
Get going, Peggy.
Alrighty, we could run another segment or... Scratch that, Forrest. We have a caller.
You're through to 189.16.
Qual que é a próxima vítima?
What's your emergency?
Hello again, Forrest. Oh, that call with the teens was awful. Those poor kids. Still, I'm glad the girl didn't get hurt.
Thanks for your concern. Are you in trouble? What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you again to play my song, Forrest. You said you were gonna play it.
Ah, é a mulher.
Your name was Dawn, right?
What, Peggy? Yes. Oh, well remembered. My name is Dawn, and I wanted to ask you again to play my tune, Forrest. Long Ride Home? You know, the one that Peggy said she threw outside the window?
Ué,
I'll play a track for you, Don, but maybe pick another one. We don't exactly have that one in rotation right now.
No.
como que ela sabe que a mulher jogou fora?
You do have it. It's just outside the window.
There's a serial killer on the loose. I can't just go outside hunting for a record.
I'm really sorry, Dawn, but we just can't get it right now.
But wasn't the whistling man just at the old murder house? That's miles from the station. It won't take you a second to grab
Olha que
it.
vagabunda.
Call us back tomorrow when this is all over, Don, and I'll gladly play it for you then.
No, that won't do. Don't worry. I think I can bring you around. Forrest? Peggy, I'm calling with more than a request. I know something. I think I know who's gonna be next.
What?
Are you serious?
Play my song, Forrest.
Olha que vagabunda.
Well, folks, here's some music for you while I think things over. Is she serious, Peggy?
She's serious about
Tem
hearing
que sair lá
that
fora,
song,
cara.
that's for sure.
Peggy, I mean, is she serious about...
I don't know, Forrest, but we don't really have a choice, do we? If she's telling the truth...
Then why don't you go
It's one of Reggie's K-Fam regulations. I can't leave the booth while we're on air.
Peggy.
Just, you can do it, okay?
Olha que piranha do caralho.
Fine.
You're a good man, Forrest. I'll slide you the key to the fire door.
Wait. Our fire door has to be unlocked?
Yeah, you know, I never thought about it, but yeah. We should talk to Reggie about that later. Anyway, I'll hold the fort down while you're out. Maybe I'll even get a caller. That could be exciting. 189.16, The Scream. With me, Peggy.
Você é lá pra fora agora, mano. Que elegante. Não gostei disso. Será que soltei a chave, não é? Ela sumiu. Ai, que agonia. Não dá pra ver nada.
You know, I hope she'll be happy when I'm brutally murdered by the Whistling Man. Out here. In the open. Alone. Here it is. Long
Ela
run.
tava ali, mano. O cara tava ali, mano.
Of course. It locks behind me. And of course the key doesn't work on this side. Fantastic. Maybe there's another way back in through the basement. A door, elevator,
Eu tô com medo.
something. And that's broken too. Only the best for K-Fam. Let's see if I can fix this. Looks like a power issue. I should check the fuse box.
O disjuntor é pra cá.
Looks like I'm gonna have to hunt around for some new fuses.
3 fusíveis novos. Isso aqui não. Tá, vou deixar ele aqui pra fora. Será que esse fusível aqui não é meio forte? Será que a frequência tem que ser 70? Ali que tá mostrando? Aí tá certo.
Bingo!
Peraí, quanto barulho desnecessário.
I could probably survive that fall.
Ei. Ué. E aí, pô, fiquei preso? Ah, tá. Ô, Forrest, é legal fechar aqui dele, né?
Looks like the janitor's closet. What did Peggy say his name was? Clive? What the hell? Peggy is
O
definitely busy.
zelador.
There's a key. I'll just take that. Might be important.
Cara, tem muita coisa que não vai dar pra levar tudo isso aqui. Eu já queria levar o máximo de coisa possível. Não vai dar pra levar. É um zelador, mano.
I wonder how the show's going.
Safado!
Isn't that such a good song, folks?
Vai tomar no cu.
Now for... Jesus, Forrest, you've been gone for ages. I thought something had happened.
Something did happen. Clive the janitor might be Clive the murderer.
What?
Start from the beginning. The fire door locked.
2h40 da manhã.
Why did you heave that thing all the way up here?
Because the basement's creepy as hell, and I don't like standing around down there.
Fair. All right, let's run through this again. We have a creepy board you found in a creepy basement made by our creepy janitor who you think is the creepy whistling man.
Yep.
And on the creepy board are the names Chuck Brody, Kim Walker,
Sim,
Rebecca Allen,
sim.
and Aunt Williams.
Sim.
Correct.
And you think one of these people will be the whistling man's, Clive's, next target.
That's right. And we've got to find them.
You said there are 4 locations listed there too? The hospital, the power station, the gas station, and
Sim.
the trailer park. Clive must think the target is at one of those locations. Forrest, you're gonna have to figure out if any of the potential targets are at one of these locations tonight. Hit the button if you need any help.
O que ela pediu? Ah, ele já trouxe pra cá. Perfeito. O que eu tenho que fazer?
How's it going?
Estou pronto.
Ready, Peggy?
Are you sure? We've only got one shot at this.
I'm sure.
O que a gente vai fazer? Nem lembro.
Okay, name first. Who do you think the target is?
Certo, primeiro nome. Quem você acha que é o alvo? Pera aí. Chuck, Kim, Rebecca ou Ant? Tá, tem 2 do clube de carro, um do atletismo e outro do clube de improviso. O próximo é o Chuck. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Chuck Brody.
And where will I find them?
Chuck. Cadê? Chuck Brother, clube de atletismo. Donations para ajudar o Chuck Brody. Cara, eu acho que ele tá no hospital. Esse aqui é donate pra ajudar ele, o Chuck Brody. Eu acho que ele se machucou e tá no hospital.
The hospital.
Okay, I'm dialing. One moment.
Eu acho que é.
Forrest, I'm through to the hospital, but they say there isn't anyone by that name there.
What? Then who? Jeez!
It sounds like something blew up.
He's using bombs now?
Oh my god. The call board, One moment. Forrest, I'm getting so many calls. Just let
Caralho,
me...
mano, como que eu errei?
I'm gonna take us off air for a moment.
Ah, velho, que merda. O que eu deixei passar?
Peggy,
O Chuck Brody tava com o número 1.
I'm back. He blew up the gas station, Forrest.
okay.
I spoke to the fire department and the hospital. The fire department is useless now, as you know.
Como que ele tava?
And, the hospital's only ambulance was at the gas station. Forrest, you've got to say something on the radio.
Porra, mano, isso aí
Have to
tava
tell the
difícil,
town.
mas...
I'm putting us back on air. Now.
Gallows Creek. I don't know how to tell you this, but the gas station's been bombed.
Please, everyone,
Caramba.
stay safe, stay inside, and...
Pô, isso aí tá difícil, mano.
Bring us into some
Caralho.
music, Forrest.
Here's some music while we regroup here on KFAM 189.16, The Stream.
E aquela safada que falou que ia colocar a música dela? Cadê ela?
There's gotta be more in the basement to show us who Clive is targeting. And if that's the case, we can get ahead of him. Stop the killings before they can happen. Forrest, we need to go back down.
By we, you mean me, right?
Yep, like I said, I need to handle all these calls. Maybe start with that creepy mannequin room you mentioned before. I still have a lot of questions about those, by the way.
Me too.
Ele não trouxe todos os papéis pra cá? Eu achei que ele tivesse trazido todos os papéis, por isso que eu... Fica bem escuro, mano. Não dá pra ver nada. Cara, nossa, melhorou muito mais. Isso.
A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Depósito do porão. Acho que é essa porta da frente.
Hey, Forrest!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down
Sure.
the intercom?
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Um rádio? Tá mostrando que é mais de um rádio ou uma bateria? Não sei. Embaixo de algum... Cola, uns lápis. Uma fita aqui, né?
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down
Uma
here.
fita e um mapa.
Map of what?
Looks like it might be to somewhere in this storage area.
Weird. Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
Põe pra tocar? Aonde? Aqui. Foi quando tudo isso começou para mim. Siga os mapas, encontre a fita. Estarei esperando.
Wait. George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a
Nós
night
ouvimos
of
que ele se
fishing.
afogou depois.
Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
Hora da autópsia. Causa da morte: asfixia por afogamento. O grau de rigor mortis indica que o sujeito estava morto havia 5 horas, então a hora da morte foi estática. Tá, entendi muito bem.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
Será que é a Aurora?
No, I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know.
Do you think you found everything, Forrest?
I think there's got to be more down here. I need to find all the tapes.
You think so? How much did Clive hide down there? Well, if there are more tapes, then there must be more maps to follow, right?
That seems to be the case.
All right then. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Tá. É isso aqui mesmo? Acho que é isso aqui mesmo.
This looks useful.
Typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
Nossa, que susto, achei que tinha alguma coisa. Tá. Bem aqui.
Preliminary toxicology.
Resultados preliminares da toxicologia não mostram sinais de embriaguez. No entanto, uma grande quantidade de cortisol foi encontrada.
Indicating
Indicado níveis elevados de estresse no momento imediatamente anteriores à morte. Tem mais um em cima de uma mesa com um ventilador. Ferimento no braço. Parece que ficou preso na porta do carro. Caramba, tá, mano? Tenebroso o bagulho. Você tá vendo isso? Então provavelmente estou morto. Caralho.
What the?
Eu sou o homem que gosta de se manter informado. Assino jornais de todo o país. Algumas semanas percebi manchetes aparecendo nesses jornais. Uma após a outra, cada manchete sobre um assassinato. Cada assassinato com uma vítima que eu conhecia quase 20 anos atrás. E cada um mais próximo de Gallowcrix. Se aproximando do aniversário. Nenhum de nós é inocente, mas acho que não merecemos a morte. Agora só espero conseguir salvar algumas pessoas do pior. Conseguir, não sei. Fazer algo para me redimir pelo que eu fiz no passado, eu acho. Não matei ninguém, que fique claro. Mas agora já não importa. Eu poderia falar mais, mas eu deveria mais meu. O chefe deixou claro que minha família pagaria um preço alto se eu abrisse a boca.
Ooh, a new vinyl for my collection. What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
Tinha outro.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a
This
body
has to be
of water,
important.
where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Será que era o chefe do Clive?
What have you found, Forrest?
Found another tape that talks more about how George died.
Cara, acho que eu vi
What
tudo,
did
hein?
it say?
Sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk.
Ele tinha fogo depois disso também que ele gostava de brigar.
That contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with a report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body, I guess someone else must have moved him after he was dead to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going on here?
I found a police report.
Caramba,
A
mano.
friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
And Sandra didn't make it either.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe,
Acho que não.
but then there's this next
Eu
bit.
acho que não era animal,
The
não.
coroner thinks he was moved.
Carai.
To death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now.
Eu acho que foi o chefe do Clive, hein?
This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the whistling man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that the murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Ugh, why didn't he just come out?
Ai,
He said his
Explicado.
employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people. Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
do além-túmulo, 3 horas da madrugada. Caramba, hein, meus amigos?
God, you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really, how are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
Deixa organizadinho que essa mesa aqui não é bagunça, não. Pô. Tem como colocar no quadro? Tem nada. Perfeito. Tá. Nosso trabalho. Não sei o que ela falou mesmo, mano.
I gotta do it.
You're right. So, what's the plan here?
Oh.
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her
Eu
on the
quero ligar
line.
pra mulher da música.
Time to turn the music off.